Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. So today I am going to talk about a range of topics that range from talking about the human perspective, looking into how the world is like an onion with layers. So what do you see here, guys? The world is full of satanic cults that worship this creature here, this horrible creature called the Baphomet. Now the Baphomet pushes transgender. He has human breasts and a male phallus, a male penis. And we do know they like their sex cults. Quite disturbing cults, to be honest with you, to say the least. Here we go, we can see a satanic cult taking place. Looks like it's a goat or something that's been slaughtered. And what do we see here? We see a woman that looks like she's having something on her. We've got fire in the background. We've got a guy with a pentagram on. Very satanic. We've got 3 women here that look like that they're mixed race. They seem to be quite a lot of them involved in this shit. So anyway, let's get cracking on. So moving on, we see the celebrities doing the all-seeing eye with a few symbologies on top of that. So you can see here at the bottom we've got the British singer Jessie J on the bottom right hand corner doing the 6. You know, and who else do we have? Look, we have Rihanna here highlighting one eye. She's not covering one eye, but she's highlighting it. We've got Lady Gaga covering one eye. Yeah, interesting. And then, of course, here in the middle, we've got the 6, the highlighting one eye, and the Oath of Silence. These are celebrities, guys, showing their allegiance to the all-seeing eye, the satanic religion that they all belong to. And that's why they're famous in the first place. Again, here not as clear, but you can see these are all celebrities. I think that's Lady Gaga there again. It's very hard to tell the other ones, but you can see, can't you? I think that's Jay-Z, is it? Well, I don't know, but yeah, look, the all-seeing eye, the devil horns representing the horn god, the Baphomet. Again, the all-seeing eye. They love to show it off and hide it in plain sight, and people don't see it. But these people all belong and worship the devil. They are satanic. They are satanic worshippers. They hate anything to do with Jesus Christ. And they're indoctrinated themselves to believe that this is all real. So let's move on, guys. So here we've got Ed Sheeran. What's he doing? Oh, he's putting his finger to the lips. It represents silence. It represents how powerful the voice is, and that it should not be spoken about. This religion should not be spoken about in public. It's a secret religion, and they show it through symbology in their photographs. I mean, quite stupid if you ask me, because, you know, it's coming to light now when people are realising all this. I mean, I've known for a couple of years now about the Oath of Silence and the all-seeing eye. I mean, there's a few things that I didn't know about before that I do now, but more people are waking up and realising when they're seeing a celebrity doing it, which is good. So yeah, this represents the Oath of Silence, and you see a lot of celebrities doing this. This is Ed Sheeran. Anyway, moving on. Again, Ed Sheeran. There we go, Rihanna, putting it in plain sight, look. So we know the famous singer Rihanna. She's got written on her finger. Yeah, all these big popular stars, you can say they're in it. So yeah. So have you guys ever wondered, if celebrities do it, it's just the celebrities that do it, right? Surely this doesn't expand into public and it doesn't secretly spread it around the world and average people are part of it. Well, think about this to start with. Every single major town and city all over the world, especially in the West, have Masonic lodges. There are Freemasons in your town and city. Loads of Freemasons. In my town alone, where I live, in a population of 82,000 people, supposedly, there are over 620 Masonic members. And that's just the men. And that's just the Freemasons. And that's just in the public of the Freemasons. Think about how deep this goes, guys. This is not just for Freemasons. No, it goes deeper than that. And it's not just celebrities. This goes into society. And what I'm about to show you is proof that just ordinary people belong to it too. And they also do the symbology. So hold on to your hats, guys. Here it goes. So here we've got the Seasons Funhouse Barrel Aged Belgian Blonde Wood Aged 6-6%. And what do we have on it? Oh, we have the pentagram and what looks like, I don't know if it is the Baphomet, but here can you see the upside down cross at the bottom of the pentagram? It represents witchcraft. So yeah, let's move on. That's one of members of many. Let's see how deep this really goes, guys. So here we've got petroleum. Can you see the skull in the background? This is just an ordinary woman. This is where things start to get interesting. So this, of course, she's got the blue tick above her. So this means she's quite a famous Instagram post. Now, some of these were sent to me, and some of them are what I've looked into. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many. It's like every other person, every other man and woman doing it. It's like for every 5 profiles I look at least one of those 5 profiles are doing it. That's how big it is. It's huge. And maybe that's the algorithm that's showing me that, because it wants to show me that for some reason. But here straight away we see the all-seeing eye in the background, the big eye, and we've got a weird looking shadow man in the background over on the right hand side, and a strange monster here as well, and she's pointing her glass up to the eye. This is just the beginning, guys. Get ready. So here is the same girl. She's clearly showing her eye, the all-seeing eye, putting a love heart to the eye, covering one eye. It's so obvious, it's in your face. And it's weird how some of these people as well wear the cross. And I think sometimes it's mockery. I really do. I've seen when they do this stuff. Let's move on. So this is just some ordinary teenagers now. Ordinary people, young people. Probably on a night out, but here we can see the oath of silence straight away. Now I'm not looking too much into it, but can you see on here on the shirt, it looks like someone's doing the hot devil horns or something, or whatever he's wearing. And I don't know if it's true, but you know, they do like to cover their private parts as well, because it shows, we know that this satanic cult, or these satanic cults, are big sex cults as well. So yeah, moving on. That's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just some ordinary people. Again, just some ordinary girls, teenagers. Well, I think they're probably in the 20s. The all-seeing eye, and then of course it looks like this girl here is putting a finger on her tongue for some reason. It takes away that innocence away. You know. The devil horns. That's the same girl. Yeah, it's the same girl. So she's showing her religion, of course. This lad here, showing the one eye. The Modern Warfare 2 t-shirt with a skull on it that is also who sponsors Monster Energy drink, which has been proven, which I've done a video on, I have a video on my YouTube channel, you can find it, Monster Energy Exposed, and it shows that it's witchcraft, it's satanic. They have the 666 Unleash the Beast on it. So yeah, let's moving on. This is the same guy next time. He's highlighting one eye again. This is just ordinary people, guys, that we would see on the streets. This is how big it is. And how would you know who's in it? You know, if they swear oath not to tell, but they can do it through symbology. And it's the fact that they can mock you. You should not let anyone mock you. And, you know, if you find out that any motherfucker is doing any of your friends or any people, let them know. Tell them that you know. Don't accuse them, but let them know what they're doing, because they might not know. And if they do, let them know that you know, and they're not fooling you. Don't let them think that they're fooling you. Don't be the fool in this. Let them know, because people do this. I've seen some of my friends do it, and I've asked them. I've actually now realised that actually one of them has come clean to be a Freemason. So I've cut contact with them altogether. Because he was doing the Oath of Silence, and he even covering one eye. And I've had quite a few people do that I've known. And I'm sure if you went on Facebook and Instagram, you would come across people as well. So anyway, moving on. This one's right in your face, look. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You know? What does it say? Shinitai. It's the same profile. Covering one eye, doing the all-seeing eye. So this guy I came across who was friends with this girl who was a mutual to someone that I followed. What do we see here? The all-seeing eye. I don't know what she's doing with her hands, but her thumb is pointing and highlighting the eye, the all-seeing eye, and she's wearing red as well. And these are just ordinary people. These are ordinary university students. You know? And you see many doing it. It's huge, guys, and people need to know. People need to realise and call these people out. Let them know that you know. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. So anyway, moving on. Again, an ordinary girl. This one seems to get loads of likes by the looks of it, but again, she's doing the Oath of Silence. Yeah. One-off occasionally is okay, but when they do it often, you know, the same girl doing the Oath of Silence there, and then the all-seeing eye there. I mean, I don't understand why this is a good photo. Why would you close one eye? When I did selfies when I was a teen, I didn't close one eye. Never. I wouldn't have even thought about it like this. And, you know, a one-off like this is fine. Oh, it's winking everything. But the fact that she's doing the Oath of Silence there just is enough proof for me to say that she's in it and she knows what's going on. And I say it's a family thing as well. I say it goes right deep into the family. So let's move on. Again, just an ordinary woman doing the all-seeing eye, closing one eye. What she called Bays for Bailey. So that's a different woman. And here we've got someone called Holly Thorne Artist. Lots of eyes. And it's the eye of Lucifer. I think these are Luciferians. They worship Lucifer, the bearing of light, which is Venus. Which I actually think it's not. I think it's something to do with the sun as well. You know, the sun. Or even Saturn, you know, Satan. Because what we're told, you know, isn't the truth. Nothing is true. I don't believe anything, so I look at my own perspective. So anyway, let's move on. Look at this, look. We see a lot of Freemasons do that, don't they? The fist right in the right hand corner. Oh, there we go. Let's move on. Just an ordinary bloke doing the closing one eye. What's he got at the bottom? Workout things. You know? Workout things. Work it out. A girl. Now, I'm going to talk about this in a minute. But we see a lot of this. I saw a lot of this. And it wasn't just wings, you know. It wasn't just these type of wings. It was all over the world and all over Facebook and Instagram. When I was looking at people's photos, they had pictures in front of wings. And what do you see a lot of politicians, prime ministers, presidents? Let me just give you a quick example. We always see prime ministers and presidents all over the world with their flags in the background that represent wings all over the world. And what are we told in the Bible? Oh yeah, we're told in the Bible about the fallen angels came down to earth and created human hybrid, saw that the women were beautiful, and mixed the human gene pool with human hybrids. And the fallen angels ruled the world. And that's how Satan ruled the world. So, yeah, you see this a lot, and it's not just neon wings like this. You see it on graffiti of just ordinary people taking photographs with some wings behind them that probably represents the fallen angels. Now, I have a theory that there are people in this world that descendant from the fallen angels, or they're told that they're descendant from the fallen angels, even though they're human. They're told that, and it's kept secret, and that's why they belong to these cults, and that's why some of them are celebrities. Because possibly they are human hybrids. It's just a theory and it's out there, you know. It's good to be open-minded. Doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. Who knows? But it's just a theory that I had, that maybe they are human hybrids in this world, that it's kept secret from the rest of the public, and they're told to keep it a secret. And that could just be ordinary people walking the streets, could be your friends, could be anyone, who knows. So let's move on. Again, just an ordinary girl. Is that the same girl? No, it's a different girl. You know, not many likes. Interesting, it's 33, innit? So yeah, we've got, again, this time sticking her tongue out, which you see a lot of celebrities do as well. It's supposed to represent, and that they're mocking the people that don't know what's going on and what they're doing. It's pretty sick, really. It's disgusting. These people that do this and know what's going on and keeping it a secret and worship Satan. What do we have here? We have a 6 right there, don't we? Yeah, these people are fucking vile if it's true. If all these people belong to the satanic cult and are hiding it and mocking us right in front of our eyes, they're disgusting. It's as simple as that. And anyone else that's doing it is fucking disgusting and vile, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Because you've been indoctrinated to believe that this is right, and you think this is right because, oh, you'll get somewhere and you know something that other people don't. Well, guess what, guys? Guess what? The people that are doing this, people are waking up and realising what you're doing, and we know exactly what you believe in, and we know where you stand, and you think it's right. You're disgusting, and you should all be ashamed of yourself. This one's right fucking obvious. Look at this, the all-seeing eye. This is just an ordinary girl. She looks like a typical university student that probably colours her hair, you know, follows Black Lives Matter protests. And do you know what? Quickly, the Black Lives Matter protests, guys, are pushed so much, and you see so many university students do it, and you're thinking, why do they care so much? Is it maybe because they're paid? And when you see these people that you think are asleep, do you really think they're asleep? Or are they pretending to be asleep? They're actually, you know, they're not sheeple, they're just wolves in sheep's clothing. And that's many people. University students a lot probably get especially the student the student union. I bet a lot of them get into these sort of high dark cults and places through that. It's disgusting. The world is a dirty place, and you know, 59, like, this is just an ordinary girl again, look. But she knows what she's doing, doesn't she, guys? Moving on. Now, I've talked about this before, guys. I've talked about the scrying mirrors and the black magic, and I believe that the mobile phones, the TVs, the computers, the tablets are all black magic. And what does the black mirrors emit? Light. And what is light? Light represents Lucifer, the bearing of light. And what is probably coming through these black mirrors are part Lucifer, Luciferian, is a part of the Luciferian agenda, because these people do worship Lucifer, the bearing of light. We see it in fire, you know, the devil, red fire, it emits light. And of course, guys, witchcraft. Now, witchcraft, I believe, is very real. I believe that some of these satanic Luciferians that you see that cover one eye get stars, which is supposed to, when they get a star on them, it's supposed to represent that they're practicing witchcraft. They get tattoos. And some of these celebrities, and even some ordinary people, even, probably part of the secret and why they do the oath of silence is because they know magic's real and they know how to perform magic, and it's kept a secret from us. Witchcraft, dark magic, black magic. Yeah, I do believe it's real, guys. And of course, when we look at in the past about some of the stuff that took place, you know, with the accusing, especially women, as being witches. I mean, where did that all come from? I think there's something darker that went on in the past, something that happened that caused them to believe that there were witches among them, and maybe a lot of dark stuff happened. And when you look at today, I actually believe that the world is under a spell, and what we're seeing today and what we see around us is people believe that this world is what they see. What they see is the real world, and it isn't true at all. It's a fake world. It's a materialistic world that's been created for us, maybe by witchcraft. Maybe there was rituals that took place that casted a big spell all over this world, and the world is like it is today. Just a theory, but a theory that I do possibly believe in. So yeah, of course there are many stuff on witchcraft. You just look at this stuff, you know, where all these symbols come from. It comes from somewhere, guys. But yeah, anyway, we're going to move on to the less darker stuff now, should I say. Still some deep stuff to talk about, but it's not as dark. So here we have the legend of the scrying mirrors, the black mirror. So woman looks into a mirror and it tells her the future. And it tells her how she is. We see this all over the world. They are the black mirror, scrying mirrors. And interesting enough, the TV show Black Mirror is about technology. It's about smartphones. It's about you know, the media and how it's used in the most darkest ways possible. And it's called Black Mirror. And that's what scrying is. It's peeping into a black mirror. So, you know, we have the crystal ball, don't we? The legend of the crystal ball. And this was done in 1902. So it's seeing, peeping, and practicing looking into a suitable medium in the hopes of detecting significant messages and visions. The objective might be personal guidance, prophecy, revelation, or inspiration, but down the ages scrying is various from has been prominent meanings of divination and fortune telling. It remains popular in occult circles, so occult, hidden, dark circles. You think about how old this technology really is, guys. You know, we're told that this technology that we use in the smartphones, the smart devices, the TVs, are all new technology, but I think these is old technology. I think it's recycled. I really do. So yeah, this is scrying. I don't know if you heard that, but that was just a train that went past. So it is what it says it is. And what do phones and tablets do now? Well, they kind of can tell the future, can't they? You can watch stuff that can predict stuff in the future. They tell you what's going on around the world all over. And you think about that this was created by man and woman just as it is without any magic existing. You've got to be mistaken, guys. You've got to look deeper into it and realising that the world that we've been taught to not believe in magic and believe that it's all bollocks, yet at the same time, we follow the Gregorian calendar and we follow the calendar of celebrating a day when a guy called Jesus Christ and basically something amazing and magic happened, and that's the mainstream that we're told, yet we're told that magic isn't real when it clearly is seen all over the world in witchcraft and many stuff. You know, how many people wear the upside down cross? You know, and like I've said before, all you have to do is to look at these smartphones, these black mirrors, these scrying mirrors, which is what they are. They're scrying mirrors. You know, they change people's behaviour as well. That's what scrying mirrors, the legend of scrying mirrors, did. It told people something, or women especially, something in the past. That's what it did. And it affected them mentally. And that's exactly what these things do now. They're very dangerous. They can influence people's behaviour. The TV, it influences people's behaviour. It changes people's behaviour. It changes people's perspective on things. What am I doing now? I'm changing your perspective on things by just talking to you about my perspective. And it could give you some insight into your perspective and change how you think. It could do, it might not. But that's what scrying is. You know, can we see the similarities between the lot? Look, smartphones, and even the TVs, you know, it's a black mirror that emits light and colours. Kind of like the legend of the Snow White mirror, mirror on the wall, which is old, by the way. That's exactly what it does. It tells them. And it can make people more evil. It can change people's behaviour. Like we see today, the way people are more ignorant towards each other. And I think that is the power of the media, the TV. And it relates to all that. So moving on, I was going to talk about how the world is like an onion. And I don't mean the shape of it or anything like that. What I mean is how it's on different layers, you know, and the system is different layers. Should I say not the world, but the system, the satanic evil system or spell that's created this matrix, which isn't, I don't mean a computer matrix, I mean a matrix in the mind, a prison in the mind. Because what they've done is they've made this concept that we need leaders, we need politicians to rule over us and give us laws and legalese when it's all bollocks. It's all just a human concept. And they've made it as real as possible. And they've made it as real as possible in the human mind, and that's made the human mind believe that, and they've made it real as possible. And that's it. So they've created a prison for this world. This world is a prison. You're not free because you can't travel around it whenever you please. You know, you have to do paperwork. You have to have passports. You have to know they have to know where you're going, what you're doing all the time, and it's only getting more intrusive with the propaganda and what's taking place now with this pandemic. Should I say? Yeah. So yeah, layers. So we have the politicians. So what we could have on the outer layer is where most of the people are. They're just ordinary man and woman of the onion. And then the inner layers, we've got the politicians and the celebrities, or we could say the military and the police. And then after that, in that layer, we've got the politicians and the celebrities that walk the world stage. And then beyond that, we have you could say do I say this? Yeah, the Zionists, the false Jews, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the Zionist bankers. And then and even the Freemasons can go in that category. And then along that becomes the dark occultists, the Luciferians and the satanic worshippers that worship the Baphomet. And then the layer behind that, we don't know how many layers it is. This is what I mean. We don't know who actually is at the top of it. And I think they are, I call the shadow people. Even if they are people in general, they might not even be people. There might be a different entity altogether that's controlling this. And they're probably so powerful and evil, and no man or woman would dare go against them. And that's why they get their way. Maybe. I'm just saying maybe. And maybe that's who's above. Maybe it's a demon entity. It's why there's so much Satanism going on in this world, and why people do what they're doing, and it runs out and it's spread like cancer around the world. So yeah, it's anyway. I just want to actually mention something quickly. I just found this quite interesting. So of course we know that when you actually look at a lot of these big CEOs, these big corporations around the world, these dead entities like Facebook, YouTube, Google, even Microsoft, all these people like Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, they're all seem to belong to a certain type of group. And that group is the Ashkenazi Jews. Now, I just found this interesting because these are Hebrews refers to Germany and the Ashkenazi Jews that originated from Eastern Europe. Now, these are quite high up in society today. I would say that the Rothschilds, and these are known as the false Jews. And I'm not referring to all Jews as bad. I'm just saying, and some Ashkenazi Jews even probably don't even know what's going on, but there is a big group of them, a big mafia of them that knows what's going on. It seems to be pulling a lot of the strings around the world today. These are the false Jews, and we know the Talmud is a satanic evil book created by the Satanists and the Luciferians and even these Ashkenazi Jews, the false Jews, and what refers to them as the synagogue of Satan, those who say they are Jews but are not. And what I found interesting is when you look at this word, what word do you see in this? Ashkenazi. Wow. The word's right there, guys. In the war, we're told that the Jews were prosecuted, had it bad in World War II due to Nazi Germany. Wow. Ashkenazi Jews. Just thought that was interesting, guys. And before you even bring up anti-Semitism, I'm just stating this from fact. Okay? Have I got anything against Jews? Just ordinary Jewish families? No, I haven't, because many of them don't know what's going on. Many of them just practice their religion in ignorant bliss and don't realise that there is an evil mafia of Jews that seem to be quite high up in society. I don't know how high up, but pretty high up. So I'm just moving on to this quickly because I thought this was quite interesting. So we've seen some sad stories around the world, all over the world, of people shaking due to having the, should I say, so-called Vaseline. People shaking due to the so-called Vaseline. You know what I'm talking about. And what I found interesting, guys, is I'm going to show you something now. So yeah, we've seen this story all over the world. These people shaking due to it, the side effects. Obviously, it is the Vaseline that's causing it, the jab. Now, someone called, is it what? I'm doing it. I'm supposed to be at some point because I've asked to do an interview with him. So hopefully at some point I can get an interview with this guy because I do like him. He does put some good stuff up, and he's got despite what you think about him, he's got a really open mind. Yeah, What the Flock TV, or AKA the Black Sheep Researcher. At some point I am supposed to do a collab with him, which will be good to see. But yeah, he linked these two. So of course we've got the shaking woman or men that have shaken, couldn't stop themselves from shaking due to the jab. But he came up with this link, and I thought I'd share it with you. So the dancing plague of 1518 was a case of dancing mania that occurred in Strasbourg, funny enough, which has a star forts. I'm going to do another video on star forts because star forts are interesting, and what it shows is all these cities in the past were star forts, and they emitted their own energy, type of energy, free energy. But there's a lot of darker side to it as well. So yeah, Strasbourg was one of the star forts in the Holy Roman Empire from July 1518 to September 1518. So it occurred 3 months. Interesting. Somewhere between 50 and 400 people took to dancing for days. Interesting number, 400, when you think of Wuhan 400. You know, when they talked about that book in the 1980s that was written saying there was going to be a virus that spreads from Wuhan, a virus in 2020 called Wuhan 400. I think that's quite interesting. So 400 people took to dancing for days, and they danced for days. They danced for days and days. They couldn't stop dancing. And, you know, we hear the legend of the Pied Piper and the kids in this town in Germany, and some of them danced to death. They couldn't stop dancing. And it was something, and I didn't know what caused it. And he linked them to the jabs. And when we look today at the shaking, people that are shaking and can't still stop shaking to this day, it makes me think that it's something in that maybe they had a vaccine or something. Sorry, a Vaseline, and they were stung by that, and it caused all these people in this town to dance for days to death. You know, you've got Piter there. Look, like the Pied Piper. We know about the Pied Piper. So yeah, I just thought that was quite interesting. Going to look more into that in the future because this did apparently occur. This is in the mainstream history. You've got to think, how did this start? Something that occurs people to dance for days and it spreads, really? Or was it a vaccine? Who knows? Right. Yeah. So, dun dun dun. So we've got the conclusion now. So the conclusion to all this, what I've talked about today, is it's a range of different topics, which we can all link up to this world. A lot of dark stuff has happened in history, and a lot of dark stuff seems to be happening now, and it's because of the evil that's in it for some reason. And why evil's running the world? Well, because evil's ignorant, and evil believes will stop at nothing to control the world. But it's us that are in its way. We're in its way, and we can stop this. You know, and the best thing to do is smile, be happy, stand your ground, let you know that you're a living man, and no one has right over you. You're put here in this world to experience it to the best of your advantage, to grow up somewhere nice, get some land, a plot of land, and grow it, and have a family there, and grow your own food. But we live in a world where it's been stolen from us, and we have to pay and work and slate in a slave-like system to survive, just to get by, even in this satanic evil money system that we believe is normal, when actually, in actual fact, when you think about it, it's because we're brought up into it, we're bought into it, we're born into it, so we believe it's normal, when in actual fact, once upon a time, none of this existed. And I think it's hard to come to terms with stuff like that. But now, with anarchy, I mean, I'm going to bring Jesus into this. Jesus was an anarchy. He answered to God. He didn't answer to anyone else. He answered to God, and that was only it. Yeah, he was against the government. He stood his ground. So I say to everyone, stand your ground. Don't let anyone control you. Learn to say no. You know, forget about people's feelings. You know, if they're putting you in danger, forget about him. You put your safety first. You put you and your family and your friends' safety first. And you look out for other people that look out for you. You know, we're heading into some very, very interesting times ahead. And things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. Hopefully, when things get worse, that will wake more people up, and more people will be able to fight what's going on. You know, with people that have had the jabs, whether it's too late or not, I'm not quite sure. I mean, there's probably something in that affects their thinking. You know, we've got a Channel 4 news reporter who had an interview with someone that accidentally slipped up and said that it's 60 it only 60% of men and women will be sterilized to it. Now there you go. He shouldn't have said that. You know, these people are so clever out there, so intelligent, but I'll tell you now, if they weren't told all these secrets in this world and they were in the same position that we're in, do you really think that they would be as intelligent and know stuff that we know? No. They're thick as shit. They're stupid. They're dumb. They're indoctrinated to believe that this is good. That's enough stupidity for them. These Satanists are evil, stupid idiots that think they know everything because they're told some secrets and they're brought up into it. You know, I know this, you don't. You know, well, people aren't going to know because you're not telling them. The only reason you know is because a lot of them have been told. They're ignorant and stupid. That's what they are. So I believe we do have a future if more people wake up. You know, and share this video, please. Share. You know, it's free, and I'll just give my perspective on the world. You know, some of it might be wrong, but it's my true opinion and perspective of how I see things. You know, and I say be open minded. You know, and take any information in. Information's information, right or wrong. You decide what you do with it. You're all intelligent enough to do that. You know, you're wise enough to do that. We're all on different journeys in this same realm, but we're different journeys. We're all, you know, we're not gonna agree on everything. I don't think anyone else, but we can come to the conclusion to agree to disagree. We should be smart enough to do that. But yeah, I asked for an interview with What the Fuck TV because I like his videos, and he was asking people if they wanted to do interviews. So yeah, it'd be good to do one with him. I've never really done I've done a few interviews, I suppose, with live streams and all that with other YouTubers, but yeah, this one will be an interesting one to do. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. I don't know when it will be. It could be months away yet, but I'll keep on board with that. So yeah, stay strong for all these guys, and you know, learn that you're human. Don't change what you are. They're trying to change you from the inside, and that's scary. It's really scary where this is all going. And I think we need to all try and learn the next generation or teach the next generation to live independently from all this system altogether. Because it's just getting more evil and evil. You know? So yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. And yeah, as always, a lot of stuff to take in. Some deep stuff, but it is what it is. You know, I've got to get the word out there. I've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment with myself that I don't really talk about. I might talk about in the future, but there's a lot of stuff going on in my life at the moment that I need to sort out. So yeah, take care, guys. Thanks very much. And I will look forward to making the next video. Bye now.